Namaskar students. Today we are going to discuss about a very interesting and useful topic, that is improvement in food resources. As you know, we all need food because food supplies nutrients for energy, growth and maintenance and health. And these nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Carbohydrates give us energy and it is called energy giving food. Proteins helps in growth and maintenance of our body and they are called body building food. Fats also give energy. In fact, they give more energy than carbohydrates, but they take more time to digest. Vitamins and minerals, they help in protecting our body and keep our body healthy. Now, what are the sources of food? As you know, the sources of foods are plants and animals. Plants products we get from agriculture and animal products we get from animal husbandry. Now, question is, why there is need of improvement in food resources? Well, the answer will be to meet the requirement of growing population. As we know, the population of our country increased day by day. At present, it is approx 130 crores. To meet the requirement of such a huge population, we need more and more food. Secondly, the agricultural land is limited. It cannot be expanded. Therefore, the requirement is to improve the food resources. And third one is to eradicate hunger. As you know, millions of people in our country remain hungry. They hardly get one square meal in a day. Also, children remain hungry. They don't get proper food and suffer from malnutrition. Therefore, to fulfill their demand, their requirement, we need more and more food. Now, how can we do that? We can do that by increase our production efficiency. This can be done by using various techniques that give high yields of crops. About these techniques, you have already read in class 8. For example, using harvester, cultivator, modern fertilizers, and modern methods of irrigation. Second, by scientific management of animal livestock. That means feeding, rearing, and protection from the disease. Earlier efforts to increase the food production have been taken through Green Revolution. The production of grains, particularly wheat, was increased. Through White Revolution, the production of milk was increased. Through Yellow Revolution, the production of oils were increased, and through Blue Revolution, the production of fish was increased. But during these revolutions, we used our natural resources. We used forest, we cut trees, we built dams for irrigation and electricity. So what was the impact? Impact was building dam. There is, when we build dam, it is true that we get electricity and water for irrigation, but we pay cost for that. How? Animals and plants are lost because earlier where animals and plants at present there is water and water. Forests come under water, they submerged. Wild animals lost their natural habitat. Wild animals lost their natural habitat. Not only this, but local people who were residing there from many years, they have to be displaced from their native place, and these are the bad impacts of building dams. Next is, we converted forest into cultivation lands, and forests are lost, and again there is bad impact. What is that? That leads to deforestation. Deforestation. And you know very well what is the bad result of deforestation. That will be increase in greenhouse gases, less rainfall, and it leads to global warming. Now we can see that what is the bad impact of the natural resources we used for during green revolution, during blue revolution, and during yellow revolution. Result is, as you know, damage to our natural resources, loss of biodiversity, many plants and animals that come under the water, degraded our environment, and imbalance in nature. And due to global warming, the temperature of earth, as you know, increase day by day, and we suffer from drought, untimely rain, and many other natural calamities. Then what is the solution? Solution is sustainable practices in agricultural and animal husbandry. What is this sustainable practices? Sustainable means we have to improve. We have to improve, but not at the cost of environment. We have to improve the production, improve the food resources, by keeping in mind the environment. We cannot ignore it, because as you know, if we ignore it, we suffer a lot. Again, next, we increase production of crop, we increase animal products, but if the people do not have the purchasing capacity, they cannot purchase it. So next, what we have to do? increasing the purchasing capacity of people. So how can you do that? Again, we have to keep in mind the sustainable practices. So we can do that by giving employment to every person. We cannot leave some group, or we cannot underestimate some group. Sabka saath, sabka vikas. That means we have to grow with all. Next, we have to also keep the nature giving job to all. Third, we have to give respect to each work that is beneficial to the society. That means we should respect the safai karmachari as equal as our doctors and engineers. Otherwise, there will be unrest in one society and that may lead to clash. Therefore, we have to do the practices, sustainable practices, keeping in mind the environment, and also we have to increase the purchasing capacity of people, and we have to keep the mind of the weaker section and other marginal sections also. Next is not wasting the food. This is very important because in our country food is wasted in granaries or in plates in marriage party. Now see a picture. See this picture. How much days it is required to grow a food? Day 1, the ground is prepared. Day 2, crop is sown, and on day 70 the crop is prepared, and on day 85 it become ready for harvesting. On day 89 it is ready to take away from the field, and on day 90 it come to the market, and on the day 100 it comes to your plate. Now think how many days and how many efforts required to prepare a crop. And some careless people throw it within a fraction of a second. If they throw it, they are wasting many things. What are they wasting? Seed. They are wasting hard labor of our farmers. Wasting. They are wasting hard labor of our farmers. They are wasting resources. These resources are fertilizers, water, and petrol, diesel, etc. And they waste the effort of our nation or society. And one more important thing, to produce 1 kilogram of rice, can you guess how much water is required to produce 1 kg of rice? Approx 2400 liter water is required. That means if a person wastes 1 kg of rice, he is wasting hard labor of farmers, different resources, fertilizers, weedicides, pesticides, great efforts of the nation, and also 2400 liter of water. Next time, if you throw any food, think not one time, 2 times, 100 times before throwing that food, keeping in mind the hard labor of these people and resources. Also, if you take more food than required, that is also not good. That is not utilized. How? We see it. Suppose you are taking food, utilization in the body. Number of food increased, utilization increased, but at certain level it is not utilizing, and after that it becomes dangerous. Therefore, we have to take optimal quantity of food. How can you make habit of taking food? Let me demonstrate. Suppose it is your stomach. First, you take little food. If you require more, take some more food. If require more, take food. Take food more than 1 times, and don't let your stomach completely full. Leave this part, and it will be better for our health. And also it will be great help for those poor children who sleep without food, because it will save food. Now next, to improve crop, first we have to understand about different varieties of crops. In India, there are different climatic conditions. According to that climatic conditions, crops can be divided into 2 types: Kharif crop and Rabi crop. Kharif crops, they are generally grown in rainy season and harvested before winter. Time period is June to September. Examples of Kharif crops are paddy, maize, soybean, and these crops require more water. Rabi crops, they are grown in winter season and harvested before summer. Time period is October to March. Examples of Rabi crop are wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and they require less water and comparatively less temperature. Now, practices involved in farming, they are choice of seed for planting. That means we have to select the plant or seed of desired quality. Second, nurturing the crop plants. That means taking care of crop plants from sowing to harvesting. That means preparation of the field, irrigation, using pesticides, and irrigation. Third one is protection of the crop. We have to protect the crop from the different parasites, bacteria, fungi. The activities of improving crop yield can be classified as crop variety improvement, crop production improvement, and crop protection improvement. Let us discuss one by one. Crop variety improvement. Variety of crop can be improved by hybridization. What is hybridization? Hybridization is the crossing between two dissimilar plants. Two dissimilar plants to get the desired result. This crossing may be intervarietal, that means crossing between different variety of the same species, or it may be interspecific, that means crossing between two different species of the same genera, or it may be intergeneric, that means between two different genera. Or the crop variety can be improved by introducing gene of desired characters that we need. Now, factors for which variety improvement is done is high yield. High yield means the increase in crop production per acre of land. Next is improved quality. This should be taken care while the improvement of the crop is done. For different crops, quality is different. For example, for wheat, the baking quality. Baking quality is important. For pulses, protein quality, so that we get pulses of good quality. For oil seeds, fat quality. And for fruits and vegetables, preserving quality. Because some food get spoiled in less time, some food preserved for longer time. Therefore, we have to select that variety of crop that long last. Next, biotic and abiotic resistance. What is this? Biotic. Biotic factors, as you know, they are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and parasites. Biotic factors. They damage the crops. Many of these damage the crops, and it results in the poor production of the crop. Abiotic factors, they are heat, cold, drought, salinity, etc. And these biotic and abiotic factors has impact on the reducing the production of the crop. Therefore, we should get the desired quality plants that is resistant to these biotic and abiotic factors. Next is change in maturity duration. What is maturity duration? That means a crop require time to develop from sowing to harvesting. Maturity duration. It should be less so that farmers get more crops in a year. How? Suppose this is the sowing time and this is the harvesting time. If it is 4 months in a year, a farmer can grow 3 different crops in 1 year, and also it will reduce the production of the crop. But if the maturity duration is 6 months, he or she can grow only 2 crops. Therefore, the desired quality of the crop plant, that it should have lower maturity duration, so that more than 2 or 3 crops can be obtained in a year. Also, the cost of production also become less. Next, wider adaptability. What is this adaptation? That means we select that quality of plants, that desirable quality of plants that can grow in different climatic conditions at different places. It can grow in hilly areas, it can grow in plains, it can grow in desert areas. And next one is desirable agronomic characters. For animals, the desirable quality of plant is different, and for crops that is used by human beings, the desirable quality is different. As we know, animals take fodder. So, the desirable quality of this fodder is highly branched and tall, so that an animal can get a bulk of food. But in the case of crops, it should be dwarf, so that the crop does not take much nutrients. The nutrients only goes to the food grains. Now, what we learned today? We learned about why there is need of improvement in food resources to meet the requirement of increasing population and to eradicate the hunger. How can you do that? We can do that by adopting sustainable practices. Earlier efforts were green revolution, white revolution, pink revolution and yellow revolution. But in those revolutions, we used our natural resources, and that had a bad impact on the environment. Therefore, we have to adopt sustainable practices, that means improving the food resources without degradation of the environment. We also studied about different types of crops grown in India according to different climatic conditions and practices involved in farming. And also we studied crop variety improvement, how the variety of crops can be improved. Hope you understand it. Our next chapter will be crop production management. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. Thank you.